Dream Warriors, we're here. We're at the finish line. How does it feel? Have you been with me? Are you catching up? This is the 31 Days of Dread, and this is October 31st. So this is the 31st episode of the month-long celebration. It's a Dream Warriors annual event. The 31 Days of Dread is one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. And right now, we're discussing The Haunting of Hill House, a 10-part Netflix series. That it's a single story. It's the biggest haunting story, the biggest ghost story, the biggest mind F-word story you can imagine. So let's hit that music, and we're jumping right into it. God, I can't tell you the excitement. I thought there was going to be, pun intended, some dread going into this. The reason why is because earlier this week, I did fall like a little bit behind. I fell behind again, so I had to do like 2 straight days of doubling up episodes. But yesterday, episode 30 dropped, Bride of Frankenstein, and right now we're Wednesday. October 31st, and we're recording 31 on 31, and compared to last year, I have to say, wow, like I never thought I would get to this point and be able to control and stockpile as many episodes, as much content, and watch the movies as much as I have, because some of the movies in this year's 31 Days of Dread, I watched 2.5 times. Even went through them, jumping the scenes, so I can sit down with you and fully engage in a discussion. Now, going into this episode, I do want to say we got a couple caveats. We have beefs with Mark on 3 movies, one to be revealed. And those 2 movies are The Devil's Candy and Train to Busan. Those were 2 movies highly recommended by Mark. We're not in agreement on those movies. So those will be a sit down episode for sure. And we're not going to do a full review analysis of the 31 Days of Dread. We're still sticking to the format. We will do a analysis. I will go through day by day with you very soon. Maybe that will be Dream Warriors episode 101, 102, maybe possibly 103. I have so many other things in play right now as of the next steps for Dream Warriors. Things I want to experiment with, things I want to toy with, like fiddle around. Maybe that's not the best word. But there's just ideas and things I want to push. Now, throughout this month, everything spiked. In streams, in downloads. The analytics have kind of went through the roof. And I'm grateful and thank you for anyone overseas that's listening. I see that you're out there, and bonjour. Okay, anyway, that's me being. Look, it's early. I just need some coffee. Give me 1 second here, everyone. I'm drinking pumpkin spice iced coffee made by yours truly, from yours truly's coffee station. Yeah, I do a lot of iced coffee in the morning. I usually do 1 hot cup, and then I follow it by 1 cold cup. So, look, getting into Dream Warriors in the future planes, look, I need your support, your help, your subscriptions, your comments, your 5-star reviews on any of the podcasting networks do nothing but help. They help loads and loads and loads and loads, especially on iTunes. That's the one we want to come up on. So if you're a part of the Dream Warriors army, if you're a Dream Warrior, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars on iTunes. I can't stress that enough. Now, there's all kinds of ways to support me. You can support me through social media, and I have an Etsy store and a Patreon, so you can donate and or purchase products. If you're on SoundCloud, there's a link on this track, and you can jump right to Patreon and you can donate. You can help fund Dream Warriors, because we want to do things here. We want to give money to our contributors, like people like Mark. We want to travel and interview people. We want to pull people in. we want to broaden the reach, and we have to do that with some cabbage, with some lettuce. I am a resourceful individual, but even I am maxed out. I am taxed from time to time. So your support helps. So all of that, all the social media, it's AKAPAD, Snapchat, Twitter, AKAPAD13 on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find me on AKAPAD also on Patreon and Etsy, and AKAPAD.com if any of that passes by you. So, okay. I have to say, I just shot a YouTube video. I'm sitting down with you now, and my drawing table is a little bit cold because I wrapped up my Inktoober sketchbook earlier this week, and that was a huge relief. I had to power through that, even though I made a huge mistake on my Inktoober. I bought a sketchbook that could really only, the way I wanted to do the pages, could only hold 22 pages. And I need at least 31 for Inktoober, so I was not able to go through and complete all the prompts, and that did annoy me. But look, with that being said, I just wanted to say, my God, like a little bit nervous. This whole week, I'm usually always nervous before I record. Even I'm nervous before I go into the 95 every single day. I'm nervous every single time I sit down at the drawing table. Like I'm in constant fear that what I'm about to do isn't good enough, and that might be a little bit of like my driving force. That might be what leads me to be as obsessive and dedicated and wanting to do things multiple times to get it right. And I might be like, Pete, that's all of us. Not really. Look, I've been through a lot of these things. I've been through so many times that people giving me ideas, and we've jump-started things, Dream Warriors being one of them. Where I just, at the end of the day, I kind of just sometimes feel abandoned. I feel that maybe my light shines too bright for some people, and I'm just left holding the bag. Even though, look, the best things in life, is beyond contrary belief. The best things in life is work. That's the best thing in this world is work. And you're like, Pete, but no, vacation's the best thing on life. Ice cream's look. If you're on vacation and you don't approach it like a job like work, you really don't have a good time. If you think going to the gym is fun, or if you think there's process and procedure, lack of surprises, eliminating variables so you're opened up. That's work, people. Okay, we do work even for the minutia of our lives all the time, and we do these things to set ourselves up so we can be like free in mind and be present. Now, work unlocks that. So the point I'm getting at is that if some things become work, that means that they're actually something. Okay, when something becomes work, it's something. It's not something to run away from constantly. I have that. Now, some of the, some of it I've experienced with Dream Warriors, but I'm talking a lot of my other things. I just had this guy reach out to me on Instagram. His message was like, is this the Peter DeLuca that created blank blank, the comic book? And I knew who it was as soon as the message came in, and I said, it is. And it turned out to be this guy that at one time lived in Hoboken, New Jersey. And I really didn't know so much about the Hoboken city at the time, because I might have been 16 or 17 years old when I met this man through AOL forums and AOL Instant Messenger, and he wanted to publish my comic book, and we worked on it for like a good stretch, and he never was able to do it. He thought he could do it, but he can't. He couldn't. And he tracks me down after all this time. Now we're both adult men, and I'm like, yo, dude, this is the craziest thing. You're catching me at the drawing table, like perfectly fitting. And he goes, do you remember me? And I said, yeah, you're the guy that didn't publish my comic. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I apologize for that. I thought, and I said, hey, it's never too late. Let's get back to it. And bang, excuse. Like, it took him 2 seconds to give me a excuse. And I'm just like, holy crap. I look at my day and the problems I have and the fires I put out, and I deal with a lot of crap, but I'm able to deal with it because I have these other things figured out. The work of my life is figured out, okay? I can deal with variables. I can deal with swerves. And it's like, bang, he gives me this excuse. I'm like, dude, we're all busy. We're all busy people. I don't care, okay? Let's just, if you want to do it, we can find a way. And he goes, yeah, maybe like down the road we'll do a Kickstarter. And I'm almost like, wow. Like, just totally. And was he expecting me not to call him out? So I'm thinking, maybe around that time he had other people just like me that he was pulling along this thread. And he reaches out to them on social media, and they're like, oh my God, and no one pushes against him. No one brings that back up to him. Maybe that's part of the case. But at the end of the day, the promises you make, you're obligated, through your soul, through your life force, the promises you make to yourself and to other people, you have to complete those promises. Now, some promises can be completed right there, like bang, turnkey solutions. Some of them take 10, 20, 50, some of them take a lifetime to make good on. And you should always be mindful of that. You should be mindful of the promises you make that you don't follow through on. And with that being said, have you guys seen The Haunting of Hill House? Holy crap. Okay, I said this with the last episode, okay? I binge watched this thing for 10 hours straight, totally through with a girl. Really amazing dirty time afterwards also. If I just have to say so myself. Okay, and this is a horror epic. This is a haunting. This is a ghost epic. There's few things I can compare this to. I would say the final episode and the format very reminiscent of Lost, but this is easily the writing team, the creator, Mike Flanagan. He's the guy behind Oculus. That's one of my favorite psychological thrillers. He also did a Ouija movie that I did want to see. He recently, there was this Ouija movie that came out, and that's been on my list. And look, and this movie has the series has Timothy Hutton. I'm a huge fan of Timothy Hutton. He's Turk 182 through and through. Look that movie up. So the way it reminds me of Lost is that it's forwards and backwards at the same time. The final episode swung for the fences in deep meaning, the same as Lost. Now, the last episode for this didn't come through. I had to watch it twice. Really didn't even come through the second time. That's what I mean about as advanced as I am with the 31 Days of Dread. I watched a 10-hour series. Sorry, we got some rumbling here. What is happening out there? I thought the 17 Bridges guys should have been done. And for those of you who haven't been keeping track, 17 Bridges is a movie that was shot at the Dream Warrior Studios. And, it stars Chadwick Boseman from the Black Panther. And it stars, Gambit's in the movie, the Baroness is in the movie, Commissioner Gordon's in the movie. It's Keith David, who I really wanted to meet. He was the only one I really wanted to meet. They're all in the movie. It's coming out. It's a big Hollywood movie. But anyway, and they're deconstructing some of the sets in one of my neighbor's units, and then it's still like full construction. It's been like this for like a month. But anyway, so like having to again like watch this for 11 hours, probably 11.5. Again, it's a symbol of like how dedicated I am to this and to all of you. And look, last year I totally not even close to being in any type of position to do this. The 31 Days of Dread ran into November. Okay, like how pathetic is that? This year, boom, we got handles. Yeah. So this movie, I keep saying movie, this TV show, the way it dissects and draws out the relationships of these siblings of this family, and look, this is a haunting house trope. Okay, a family moves into a house, it's haunted. It's a big family. The bigger the family for these, for these stories, the better. Since this was a TV series, we had like 5 siblings. We have a husband and a wife, so we got like 7 people. And so everyone's got their episode, their flashback episode, just like Lost. So that's 7 episodes out of the gate. Then we have our finale. So now we're up to 8 episodes. We have our intro, 9 episodes, and I don't know. There's maybe like a filler episode in there somewhere. Okay, but you can see the episodes are easily themed. We have a heroin addict. We have psychics. We have empaths, so there's so many concepts introduced at the final episode of this. Look, I'm talking vaguely because I really don't want to spoil it. I think this is something that people need to experience themselves. But I will say this. They wanted to do something special, and they did it. And they break a lot of their own tropes while they're in horror haunted house tropes, meaning these entities are haunting these people through their life force, through their spirits. So it's a little bit like Insidious. Insidious, the child is haunted, not the house. But the thing is, though, it intertwines with their life. And one of the points that this show makes that is truly significant is that there's a danger in the world. And if we're bringing bad feelings into that danger, we ourselves will break apart. We'll flake apart. Very meaningful idea, meaning that your state interrupts your future life. It interrupts your life right now. It is being present versus not being present. This show makes a wonderful argument of the power of being present. See, the power of forgiving even your life and your decisions, and realizing that right now, that is where you are. And even you out there listening to this, you that I love, you're here. I'm talking directly to you. And if you don't think there's a significance to that, then I'm not really sure. There's a lot of me, there's a lot of my content that you probably won't like, because you're like, Pete, oh my God, like this and that. No, I'm eternally hopeful because I learned how to be present. And this is why when someone hits me up on Instagram and they immediately start giving me excuses, I know it's coming from one source. It's coming out of fear. And that person will forever live a fearful life. And why do I want to engage in that? Not saying that this dude that hit me up isn't, he could be the best drinking buddy I can imagine. Best guy to watch superhero movies with that I can imagine. Probably is. But at the end of the day, you're bringing negativity into my life. And the Haunting of Hill House is a statement against the negativity and the repercussions and what we reap on ourselves when we choose to be negative and not let go. Okay? And because we're dealing with traumatized children, again, like a premise, the traumatized children, it's easy to let those people off the hook. But at the end of the day, they're going to turn into suffered adults. And the show's a wonderful statement on that. But with that being said, maybe we'll go into the Haunting of Hill House a little bit deeper. A full analysis, maybe an episode by episode analysis. If I have time to watch it, there's future Dream Warriors I have to figure out. We have Dream Warriors 100 coming next. I don't know what I'm even doing for that. I want to do something soon. But look, be on the lookout. Rock and roll. I love you all. Happy Halloween, and thank you so much for sticking with me through the 31 Days of Dread. I'll talk to you later. Here we go. Testing. Oh, I'm liking the sound bar. It is coming in hot. Dream Warriors, we are here. Day 31 of the 31 Days of Dread on October. Dream Warriors, we're here. Day 31. Dream Warriors, we're here. October 31st. 31st Day of Dread for the 31 Days of Dread. We're here. Welcome to the 31 Days of Dread. This is the 31st day on October 31st. How exciting is that? We are talking The Haunting of Hill House. It's now on Netflix. It's a 10-episode epic. This is the most epic ghost story you can ever imagine. And holy crap, is it a mind F word. This movie, this show, I'm sorry, will keep you guessing. So let's...